Hey everybody, my name is Heather Nichols, and I wanted to chat with you about a topic that is near and dear to my heart, the Access Consciousness X-Men conversation. Years ago, Gary Douglas, who is the founder of Access Consciousness, asked me, have you acknowledged the difference that you be? And I was a bit confused. I didn't really know what he was talking about. I was like, I'm not different. I'm just sort of normal and like everybody else. But it set things in motion for me in the exploration of something really different. I started to look at, okay, so where am I different? How am I different in ways that I may not have realized? And what I started to realize and I guess really remember was spending a lot of my life looking at the world and seeing that, like, whenever I would notice something different about me from the rest of the world, or some way where the world seemed to show up in a way that I didn't quite understand, I would always go to this sense that there was something wrong with me. Like, oh, I don't get this. I don't get how this world works. I don't get how people function. I don't understand it. I must be missing something. I must be clueless. I must be dumb. I must be wrong, basically. And so I wonder how many of us do that, where we see something about the world that doesn't seem to make sense, and we go immediately to the wrongness of us rather than actually going, oh, maybe I'm different, and maybe that's actually kind of brilliant. You know, it's such an interesting time in the world, and there's so much crazy stuff going on, and I would say it's time for us to be as different as we are in ways that we've never been willing to be before. And so many of us have these incredible capacities that don't have a context in this reality. They don't fit into this reality. But when we begin to look at those areas where we're different, where things don't fit, when things don't make sense to us, it's because we actually know something different, and we know something greater, and we know something more is possible. We start to have a completely different sense of being in the world and different access to the capacities that we have and basically to get out of the wrongness of us and into this space of, oh, I might actually be differently brilliant, you know? And that can be a hard thing to fathom sometimes, but it sure has been for me an exploration that I'm so glad that I have undertaken, because I can't imagine still and continually thinking that I'm wrong in so many areas, where having gotten out of the wrongness of me and into the strength and the brilliance and the capacities that I have, I've really been able to use that to create a different world, a different life, a different reality, a different business, different money flows, a different reality with my body, different relationships, the whole gamut. So what if you're not as messed up as you think you are? And what if your difference is your brilliance, and you just need to start having a different conversation with yourself to be able to access that? I invite you to the universe of the X-Men, the capacities that we have and be that are so different, they've been made wrong in the world, that when we begin to uncover them, we begin to uncover the things about us, the very things about us that will allow us to create a life that we've never even dared to imagine possible before.